do that too. There was no option for me. My mother made sure that I was the legacy that I came from. Because growing up, people were saying, be a man of God, be a man of God. But how can you be what you've never seen? She goes to a black church. I'm just telling you. But I found myself enthralled by this life that my mother chose to live. And when I was growing up, the idea of morality and relationship and spirituality were all interwoven. When I was 13, my mother was like, you're going to be a virgin when you get married. Somebody laughed, and I'm like, listen, first of all, Mom, I've got buck teeth from sucking my thumb all of my childhood, and I've got bald spots from alopecia. I don't think you need to worry. It's one thing to live holy, it's another when you don't have options. See, somebody talking about, I'm waiting on the Lord. I bet you are. When I think about the bridge, I think about what it is I must do to connect and engage with people that didn't come from where I come from so that we can have a place of commonality and understanding. I'm not talking about conversion because for too long in certain areas of Christian thought, we have tried to shame people into changing. What's funny is it's not just religious thought, because even in political ideology, this is the first political cycle where our election was a result of shame. Where people who were shamed for having a particular idea about what mattered to them, and the only recourse they had was to go into an anonymous booth and pick something that was most not like what most of us thought would come out. And how did that happen? Because shame has permeated the culture. And if you don't believe what I believe, then shame on you. And if you don't like what I like, then shame on you. And shame has permeated the culture. And the bridge says, I don't understand you, I don't agree with you, and we may never see eye to eye. But if we're all in the same space, at least we can begin the dialogue and conversation that may lead to healing. There's this story in the Bible that I love because, a lot of times people, when I tell them I'm a preacher, they're like, oh, here you go, he about to judge me. I'm like, no, I'm not that kind of guy. Just let me talk. But I know because some of you have seen bad TV, bad church TV late at night, and you see the guy in there talking about, I'm going to tell you right now, you better call that number on the screen right now, because if you don't, you're going to burn in the hot lake of fire. I'm going to tell you that right now. So you're frightening the children. But every time I see Jesus in the New Testament, I see him encountering the most broken of society, and they were attracted to him. How is it that the lepers and the lame and the broken and the drunks and the prostitutes thought he was amazing? How is it that he connected to broken people, but the prideful, the spiritual, the religious elite didn't want to have anything to do with them? I said, that's the kind of person I want to be, that I connect to people no matter where they are, no matter what they're dealing with, no matter what they look like. And that's not religious. That's seeing the beauty and the divine nature of every human being that you encounter. There's nothing more amazing to me than this story in John chapter 4. Jesus is talking to the Samaritan woman, and Jews and Samaritans did not hang out. They were not bedfellows. Jews kind of thought they were better than the Samaritans. Samaritans just kind of slightly hood. They was like, whatever, ooh. And the Jews like, That was kind of the vibe. And Jews and Samaritans didn't really talk, to one another. And so the Samaritan woman is walking up, and Jesus is at the well, and they're not even supposed to be having conversation. And Jesus just chilling by the well. And in all of the movies, Jesus has a British accent, even though he lived in Israel 2,000 years ago, whatever. And so he's always like, he always has this Jesus beard with his premium brown sandals, and he's sitting by the well, and he's like, give me a drink of water. And so I need you to understand the cultural context of building bridges, because Jesus built a bridge with this lady that didn't come from where he come from and didn't believe what he believed. And he said, hey, can you give me a drink of water? And she was from Samaria, so she was a little bit hood. She was like, first of all, you don't even know me, so why are you even talking to me, okay? Because I'm a Samaritan. Samaritans represent you need to back up, okay? Because you don't know me. Jesus is like, if you knew the gift of God and who it was that was standing there, you would give him a drink of water and you'd never thirst again. She was like, oh my goodness. Tell me about this water. Where is this water? I've been thirsty for a long time, okay? For real, for real. You gotta read it. Some of y'all like, I didn't read that. It's in the NIV, the Negro International Version. Purchase it in the lobby after the session is over. Jesus said, I'll continue this conversation with you, but why don't you go get your husband first? She was like, well, just so you know, I'm single, okay? And ready to mingle. He was like, slow down, boo, I'm the Savior. I don't even get down like that. All right, just relax. So then Jesus takes this real regular conversation and then puts super on the napkin. He says, you know what? You're right, you're not married. You've been married 5 times, and the guy you're with now, you're just kind of living with. She was like, first of all, hold on, who told you my business? Shaniqua, did you tell this man my business? I told you to be quiet. I didn't know Shaniqua was in the Bible till you met me, see? Super song session. It's in the session. What Jesus did is he validated her humanity without highlighting her brokenness. No matter your political, spiritual, or relational ideology, we must validate the humanity without highlighting brokenness. He treated her as a valuable individual, and he treated her with love. He didn't judge her. And I'm not talking about regular love. I'm talking about real love. I'm talking about an unending love. I'm talking about, I just met you, but I love you, and I would fight for you, even though I don't know you, because your humanity is as valuable as my own. I'm talking about a love that'll make you sing to strangers. I'm talking about a Whitney Houston kind of love. I'm talking about a love that makes me cross the bridge of understanding away from my fearful place. I'm talking about a bridge that makes me see you face to face. I'm trying. See, because it is the super soul session. And so when something touches your soul, you can't help but get excited about it. This is not something that you can be cerebral about and ponder and process. This is something that you feel in your soul, and your toes start moving like, I don't know this dude, and he is a little big. He can work out a little bit, but I like what he is saying. And it's agreeing and connecting with the inner part and core of my being. That's what we need. Something that makes us come from the far right and the far left, and we meet in the middle. We come to places like Super Soul Session, and we are not intimidated by people that have different thoughts than us. In fact, we don't judge them, we embrace them. And what we can do, we do process. We chew the meat and spit out the bones. And we don't beat people up. What Jesus showed me is the way I need to live my life is he was relational, relatable, and relevant. And if you want people to see life from your lens, then you need to maybe become relational, relatable, and relevant. And then you're going to have to do two other things and become intentional and uncomfortable. Because if you're going to build bridges, you're going to connect with people and have to connect with people that don't look like you, don't live where you live. Now, I'm not telling y'all right now to leave here like, come on, Sarah, we're going down to Crenshaw. We're going to shake hands. Don't do that. They're going to rob you. Don't be, stay here. Stay here. What I realized with the life we've been given, the choices we have, we can do something with it. So do me a favor, sit up in your seat. Grab a drink from the fridge. Whether it's communion or a beer, come meet me on the bridge. Because I don't care where you're from, we all got a story. But if we all stick together, it's going to produce glory. Hey, one day, when the glory comes, it'll be ours. It'll be ours. Hey, one day, when the war is won, we will be sure. We will be sure. Hey, 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 glory. Love y'all. Glory. After I love you. Glory.
Next time, y'all will believe me. I told you. Let's meet on the bridge, y'all. Don't you feel more open to meeting on the bridge now, don't you? I do.